preponderance to skill to AI. That's what I was talking, right? Because I told you, the new applications are all about AI. 50% of today's jobs will be replaced by AI. It's the negative side. So if you today have somebody who is very good in Java, right? Today you have a lot of people talking about training people in Java. But Java is already on the way down. It's all about Python-powered or Scala-powered AI. If you don't have, in fact, most US universities have already moved to Python as a first language. That is the language of choice today because of its rapid prototyping capability and the numerous amount of library support for AI applications. Or you're talking about JavaScript. JavaScript is a new UI. People no longer want to develop back-end Java and front-end some technologies like HTML. Those days are gone. You're a full-stack JavaScript developer today. But that's the way front-end looks like. But now, this is one side, but we have the positive news, which was this, which is new roles getting created. So, like Mahesh said in the numbers, right? He was telling about numbers. It's not a panic situation. But what is a panic is that capability for skilling for the newer skills. So, what is the impact of future of employment having to this? What is happening is we have to understand that a lot of new jobs will be powered by AI. And that is basically going to be requiring a new kind of thinking. One is current jobs, which are at the risk of automation. Call center jobs, I told you, right? Or things like very simple transcription jobs which people do in lawyers. They look at the transcripts and write summaries. That can be done by a good AI NLP engine. Accounting, which takes simple manual process of going through the data, creating accounting reports. But what are the new things which are not necessarily disrupting some existing things? Like, for example, you're talking about arts. Arts is a creative world. It's not necessary that you can always outsource arts or creative work to an AI power. Of course, AI is generating some art, music, but not like it's always that creative, like a creative artist should be able to. Or look at things like education itself. Education itself, people say there is a lot of automation, you can bring personalized learning, but still, it is always teacher at the middle, which is the best medium. People have tried all models saying that MOOCs, right? People about 5-6 years back, huge cry. MOOCs will replace teachers. Has it happened? It has not happened. Only thing is, what I'm saying is, it is yet another channel for something like a flipped classroom or something like which will enable students to get auxiliary knowledge. But at the same time, you need to understand that from the perspective of skills, the content of the skills needs to be changed. The curriculum needs to be changed. If the curriculum earlier was using Java as the first language, now we should be enabling things like JavaScript or Python. That is a change in the things which are being taught. That is a change towards the future. Microsoft chairman Bill Gates was recently telling that a breakthrough in machine learning would be worth 10 Microsofts. Think about the power. What is the power? The power today is about being able to create a great tool like Alexa, a great tool like Gmail, which is very intelligent, smart, can detect spam, can suggest what can go forward, or a great thing like Google Maps. Or think about tomorrow, a very, very intelligent doctor powered by the world's knowledge of medicine. Why I'm saying AI-powered doctor is useful? Because today, doctors, how many research papers do they read in a year? Some of them don't read any research paper. Some of them who are a bit more forward, they may read 10 research papers. Whereas Watson, IBM Watson, is able to read hundreds of research papers in one day. Whatever the latest literature in PubMed, which is the world's healthcare encyclopedia of research being done, it can capture that in less than a couple of minutes. It can read and retune its model. So the most educated, up-to-date research is fed into Watson. Do you think that is more intelligent or a legacy-educated doctor is more intelligent? Whom will you trust? In fact, that is the reason why we are seeing more and more AI-powered healthcare startups, AI-powered healthcare systems, because we have the benefit of AI systems being up-to-date in terms of medical knowledge, drug knowledge, adverse reaction knowledge, all of that. So back home, I already known Modi has been talking about making artificial intelligence work for India. So one of the things they're doing along with Maharashtra government, have you anybody seen that? Maharashtra government recently opened up, it closed yesterday. They were inviting applications from common people like you and me to develop something for India. Anything, it could be related to healthcare, transportation, could be about solving distribution challenges of public distribution system, solving governance issues, or in fact, I'll tell you one interesting application. So one of my wife's friend, right? My wife is also an AI scientist. So her friend, she's developed this software called Sunvai. You can look it up, SUNVAI. It's basically an AI-powered platform for citizens to complain about any citizen services. Simple speech AI means speech processing related technologies is enabling, and it uses that to generate. So there are a lot of social problems you can look at. For example, can you predict performance of certain crops based on historical data of what kind of patterns are helping, which kind of crops are better for what kind of soil conditions? So can you create a lot of data from soil testing? Can you create a lot of data from aridness of the soil? Can you create a lot of things about atmosphere and look at crop related pattern and try to create an AI system which is intelligent and can suggest, can you double my yield for the same land base? That's where AI can help. So AI for social good has been a key thrust which Modi has been working on, and Maharashtra government actually was, and this whole theme was called AI for social good. It is along with Padmanabhuni Institute of Bombay, AI in Bombay. This was launched. I think they got a lot of applications. So I'm sure there are a lot of interesting ideas being floated around. And these are the things which your students should be part of. It's not something part of curriculum, but this is something the government wants, the institute wants, the world wants. These are opening. There are many funding opportunities available. So, as I said, budget, which was announced recently, they want to start a national policy for AI. This is what national strategy for AI is launched, and they're going to launch it in a big way. Schools in India have started AI as optional subject. CBSE has now started some kind of basic introduction to AI. If you see AI papers, if you look at from the perspective of research, more and more papers are getting published in AI across different institutions, research. And see, Google has set aside $25 billion to fund research by schools and organizations using AI for social good. One I was telling you about Maharashtra government, right? There's this. So a lot of companies are now setting up projects for AI.